From stories across the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Nitya Chandra.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Charita Minipurarachi and here are today's headlines. The price of cement is to be reduced by 100 rupees. The two white van drivers presented to the media briefing of Rajitha Senaratne during the presidential election period have been arrested. The President and the Prime Minister congratulate the British Prime Minister who won the general election. It has been revealed that pre-warnings on the Easter attack could not be delivered due to a shortcoming of the Superintendent of Police. On to those and other stories in detail now. Starting off with local stories, the President and the Prime Minister have extended best wishes to newly elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has extended congratulations to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who has recorded a landslide victory in the British general election. He has also extended best wishes to the newly elected Prime Minister, the government and the people of the United Kingdom. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has also congratulated Prime Minister Boris Johnson on his resounding victory in the UK election. He further said in his message that the decisive leadership of him no doubt has led to the victory. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has also extended him best wishes on his tenure as Prime Minister.
Now, Minister of State for Internal Trade and Consumer Welfare under Priyadarshana Yapa says that the price of a bag of cement will be reduced by 100 rupees from next Monday. The minister further says that the price reduction has become possible due to the decision of the government to decrease taxes, including the VAT. Minister of State for Internal Trade and Consumer Welfare under Priyadarshana Yapa says that he is pleased to inform of the ability to reduce the price of a locally processed bag of cement by 100 rupees from next Monday. The minister further says that accordingly the price of every bag of imported cement which has been packaged in Sri Lanka is scheduled to go down by 100 rupees from next week. Now, Criminal Investigations Department has arrested two persons who had made controversial statements about the white van incidents during a media briefing with former Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne. The suspects have been identified as Atula Sanjeeva Madanaika and Anthony Douglas Fernando. The CID earlier informed the Colombo Magistrates Court that on November 10th, former Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne, Anthony Douglas Fernando and Atula Sanjeeva Madanaika have conducted the media briefing, and the suspects have claimed that they have knowledge about white van abductions during the previous government of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. On the occasion, Atula Sanjeeva Madanaika has claimed that he was abducted by a group of people in a white van while transporting a stock of gold from previously LTTE-held areas. Anthony Douglas Fernando claimed to be a driver of a white van. The Criminal Investigation Department, on a complaint lodged by the national organizer of Sinhalaya organisation, Gangudavila Kumudu Pradeep Sanjeeva Pereira, had commenced an investigation into a media briefing conducted by the former health minister along with two suspects on the 10th of November. Now, it has been revealed that constructions in many of the housing projects commenced by the previous government in the Hambantota district have not been completed. Now, this was disclosed at a discussion at the Hambantota district secretariat yesterday. The previous government had commenced work on 337 housing villages in the Hambantota district. It had been found out at the discussion that work on 253 villages had not been completed. It has also been reported that there had not been any information regarding how salaries were paid to 680 persons recruited as Grama Shakti Niladaris.
And meanwhile, UNP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe has presided over a public meeting in Galle today. The meeting has been organised by the Galle electorate organizer, parliamentarian Rupavahini. Leader of the UNP, Ranil Wickremesinghe, said that 4 surveys were conducted at last presidential election. According to each survey, Sajith Premadasa was lagging behind. There was a huge gap in the votes between Gotabaya Rajapaksa and him. Ranil Wickremesinghe further said that at the time he came to the south and told Rupavahini to remain cautious as they would not have any seat in the south other than Galle and Katharagama. Even in Colombo and Ampara, they remained behind the winning candidate. He also said that there is news of another election and the UNP will not get even 50 seats. He added that there is no need to fall. Ranil Wickremesinghe added that judging the present situation, the three opposition parties, the UNP, the Tamil Alliance and the Janata Vibhakti Peramuna may be able to receive 103 seats. He has asked them the question whether they could increase the number to 113. Ranil Wickremesinghe also said that if they accept defeat, their opponents will be able to win the two-thirds majority.
Now, the officer in charge of the Dematagoda police station says that the then superintendent of police in charge of Colombo North is instructed to record as receiving the letter of warning issued by the State Intelligence Service on the Easter Day attacks on a date prior to April 21st. He made these remarks at the Presidential Investigation Commission appointed to look into the attacks. Assistant Superintendent of Police in charge of the Colombo North Division, H.D. Niranjala Abeywadana, has first given evidence before the Presidential Investigation Commission today. He told he was not aware of the warning letter on the Easter attack. He further said that he was engaged in a telephone conversation with the Superintendent of Police in charge of the Northern Division, Sanjeeva Bandara, on the 21st of April, the day of the Easter attack. He added that, however, the SP had not mentioned anything of such an attack. Thereafter, acting OIC of the Dematagoda Police Station and Chief Inspector of Police, MD Anil Jayantha, giving evidence before the Commission, said that he was on leave for 5 days from the 17th of April.
The Institute on Communicable Diseases says that there has been a substantial increase in the number of dengue patients in the months of November and December in comparison to the initial months of this year. The highest number of dengue patients in the last 2 months of the year has been reported from the Western Province. The figure amounts to 9,198. 4,025 patients have been recorded from the Central Province and 4,007 from the Northern Province. The districts of Colombo, Jaffna, Kandy and Gampa districts have reported of nearly 25,000 victims of the disease in November and December. These also represent a significant increase in comparison to the other months of this year. 90 dengue-related deaths have also been reported. Specialist physician of physiological diseases Dr. Aruna Vijay Vikrama of the Institute of Non-Communicable Diseases says that 90,000 dengue patients have been reported this year. 92 patients have died. He adds that symptoms of dengue disease includes high fever, body pain, severe headache and vomiting. The physician further points out that any patient suspected of the disease should rest and take only paracetamol for a fever. He has requested to conduct tests within 2 days of affliction fever and to obtain medical advice from a government hospital. The National Dengue Unit requests the general public to keep the environment clean as accumulation of weather helps the breeding of the dengue mosquitoes. And meanwhile, leader of the Tamil United Liberation Front, V. Ananda Sangre, says that invitation extended by parliamentarian MA Suman of the National Alliance for the uniting of the Tamil parties is a hilarious fact. He said at a media briefing in Jaffna today that his party will never join with the TNA. Leader of the Tamil United Liberation Front, V. Ananda Sangre, said that MA Suman has invited all Tamil parties to get together. He added that the TULF rejects this invitation. Ananda Sangre further said that they could never join with them. He added that Suman is like a small child who is unaware of his past. Suman is holding the position of Sambandhan in the party. The TULF leader also said that leadership does not mean going to the parliament and deceiving the people. Leadership is an extremely responsible task. Ananda Sangre also said that persons such as Suman should give up politics without hoodwinking the Tamil people.
Welcome back. We move on to more stories from home now. Now, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has visited the Katharagama sacred site and received blessings today. First of all, the Prime Minister arrived at the Kiri Vihara and called upon Chief Incumbent of the Vihara, Venerable Kubavaka Damminda Naikathera, and received blessings. Later on, the Prime Minister sought the blessings of the Ashtapala Bodhi and engaged in religious observances at the Ruhunu Katharagama Mahadevalaya. The Prime Minister has also visited the Abhinavarama Vihara and received the blessings of Chief Incumbent Venerable Kapugama Saranithisupera. Governor Raja Korle and parliamentarian Lakshman Vasanta Pereira, former Chief Minister Shashindra Rajapaksha were among those present on the occasion.
And meanwhile, the social sustainability in fishing, the health and status of workers and human communities is emerging as the newest frontier in fishing. Currently, Food and Agriculture Organizations is developing guidelines on social sustainability in fishing to help the industry combat seafood slavery, human rights abuses and the other labor problems. Fish provide vital micronutrients and are one of the best food sources available for growing populations. Globally, the trade in fish products exceeds that all island-based animal combined. Developed nationals reach make up the benefit of the made trade. Manuel Baguiange, the Policy and Resources Director at the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization's Fisheries and Aquaculture Division, elaborated more details on fisheries sustainability in an exclusive interview with Rupavahini.
The ocean covers 70% of the planet, so it is so vast and there's so much activity in it. There are many different types of fisheries, there are many different countries that have access to the ocean. As we move towards a world of 9 to 10 billion people, we have more and more people moving to the coastal zone. They have different interactions with the resources of the sea. So we need to develop a new understanding of it, and that understanding includes understanding its complexity. So in some places where fisheries is crucial for food security, places where fisheries is crucial for trade or for livelihoods, we have to understand the complexity of fisheries. Understand that when we talk about fisheries, there isn't a single word that covers the entire world. And what we see actually in the recent years is that we see actually a diversity in that many places of the world are seeing sustainability improving, where fisheries are becoming more and more sustainable, and other places where they're becoming less and less sustainable. And the separation between these two really has to do with management. The places where we have good fisheries management, where we have good data collection systems, and we have good political will, fisheries are becoming more and more sustainable and resources are rebuilding. In the places where we don't have that political will, we don't have those management systems in place, things are deteriorating. So that's a call to change things. What is the time frame for it? Well, we have the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development. It is supposed to come to fruition in 2030. So we have 10 years to change things. And that means that we need to change that narrative and put the systems in place that would make that narrative count, so that by 2030 we have all fisheries sustainable around the world.
He also explained the guidelines of sustainability in fisheries.
Actually, that's a very good question, because the word sustainability is again a complex one. And for us, sustainability has 3 legs. It's a stool with 3 legs. There's the ecological sustainability first. And very often when we talk about sustainability, we refer to the ecological sustainability, whether resources are sustainable or are collapsing. But then you have the social sustainability and the economic sustainability. And those two are equally important. It is impossible to think of sustaining the resources ecologically if you are destroying the social fabric of the communities that depend on fisheries. So those 3 need to be balanced. And the way of balancing those 3 is not simple, not straightforward. The way that the FAO works is first developing global policy guidelines that take account of these 3 pillars. So for example, we have a guidance on small-scale fisheries sustainability, and they balance the social, the economic and the ecological elements. Fundamentally, in places where you have poverty and when you have hunger and when you have conflict, it's very difficult to prioritize ecological sustainability. So we're saying you first need to make sure that we have a world where hunger and poverty is eradicated. And at that point, it's much easier to make the global commons, the seas, sustainable from an ecological perspective.
And the Department of Criminal Investigation says that female employee at the Swiss embassy, Ghana barrister Francis, who was alleged to have been abducted, is to be produced before a group of psychotherapists on next Monday. The CID has recorded evidence from her for the fourth day yesterday. Ghana barrister Francis has appeared before the CID around 11:30 a.m. yesterday. It has also been reported that statements were recorded from her till night yesterday. The Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Charatna has ordered to present the employee yesterday itself before a group of psychiatric physicians comprising of a judicial medical officer and to submit the report of the medical specialist to the courts. However, it has not been possible to present Ghana barrister to a medical examination yesterday as she was late in arriving at the CID. Accordingly, her appearance before an examiner panel has been rescheduled for next Monday. The Criminal Investigation Department says that relevant report will be presented to the judiciary on next Tuesday.
Now, State Minister Dayasri Jayasekara says that solutions will be given in the next few weeks to many of the basic problems in the fields of gems and jewellery. He further says that he has discussed on the issues in this field at a discussion with the President yesterday. The Minister made these remarks at the opening of the Jewels exhibition today. The Jewels exhibition organised by the Association of Gemologists was declared open at the Surimavu Bandaranaike Hall in BMICH today. The exhibition has been conducted for the 12th occasion. The exhibition is open to the general public from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. Lectures on the gem and jewellery sector are to be conducted. Facilities have also been provided to purchase the items. The Minister also presented certificates and special souvenirs to diploma holders of the Institute of Gemology on the sidelines of the exhibition. Now, we at the National Television have come across a waterfall in Moraitota on the Halia-Lenurali Road, which has been currently activated. The residents in the area say that many people are deprived of the opportunity to witness this enchanting scene as it is not visible to the road. The waterfall has turned more beautiful and attractive with the onset of the rain. However, there is no clear-cut road to arrive at the location. Visitors have to traverse through a difficult path to reach the site. Several small caves are also found scattered in the area. Residents say that an ancient tunnel also exists. The villagers believe that there was some discreet connection between the waterfall and the passageway. They also say that several persons who had gone to see the waterfall were subjected to numerous difficulty and hardship. The villagers think that a sense of discreetness pervades the area.
In your sports news, a ceremony to evaluate the performance of the competitors of the Sri Lanka Army who have won awards at the South Asian Games was held at the Army headquarters today. Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva has presided over the event. Sri Lanka has won 40 gold medals at the recent games. A special feature has been that Army sport personnel have won 19 of these medals. In addition, the Army sportsmen and women who have won 29 silver medals and 37 bronze medals. The tally of the medals won by the Army was 85. The winners were brought to the felicitation ceremony in a procession. The Army commander have congratulated them on this occasion. Many officials have also participated in this event.
තමයි.
Now, in your weather update this evening, the Met Department says that showers and thundershowers will occur at several places in Sabaragamuwa, western, northwestern provinces and in the Galle district after 2 p.m. Several spells of light showers will occur in northern, eastern, north central and Nuba provinces and in Hambantota districts. Wind speeds can increase up to 40 kilometers per hour at times in the southern province, in Kandy and the Mandalay district.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news. Do us tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.
Good night.